Hello and welcome to this refresher video on how to solve one-step equations. The process for doing this is first identify the operation. Then do the opposite operation to both sides of the equation. Then simplify both sides of the equation, making sure you have x by itself. Lastly, check your answer to make sure it works. Let's take a look at this example. Here we have x plus 7 equals 10. Let's work down these processes. First of all, we need to identify the operation. Well, what's being done to the x here? It's a plus 7. That's the operation, plus 7. Now we need to do the opposite to both sides. Well, the opposite of plus 7 is minus 7. Remember, if we do it to one side, the left side, we also need to do it to the right side. Now, we simplify both sides of the equation. Notice here the plus 7 and the minus 7 go away, leaving us just with x. And here we have 10 minus 7, which is 3. X equals 3. X is now by itself, and this is our answer. We could check this answer by plugging 3 back into the original equation. If we plug the 3 back in here for the x, we would have 3 plus 7 equals 10. Does 3 plus 7 equal 10? You bet. And so therefore, that is our answer. Let's try it here with this number 2. In number 2, we have x divided by 5 equals 11. So let's identify the operation. What's being done to the x? Ooh, a divide by 5. Let's do the opposite of divide by 5 to both sides. The opposite of divide by 5 to both sides would be timesing by 5. Opposite of division is multiplication. So let's times both sides by 5. In doing that, we get x equals 11 times 5, which is 55. And that's our answer. If we check that by plugging it back into the original, we would have 55 divided by 5. And 55 divided by 5 is 11, and so therefore, it's a good answer. Okay, now it's your turn to try 3 problems. Go ahead and pause the video and give these a try. X minus 14 equals 3. Question number 2 is 4x equals 20. And question number 3 is x over 9 equals negative 5. Pause the video and give it a try. Okay, let's see how you did. Again, make sure to follow these 4 processes when doing these problems. Let's identify the operation. We have a minus 14. What's the opposite of minus 14? Oh, it's plus 14. So we're going to plus 14 to both sides. We're going to be left with x equals 14 plus 3 is 17. You could check this answer, and you'll see that it's right. Now let's do number 2. Here we have 4x equals 20. Let's identify the operation. The operation is multiplication. It's 4 times x. Okay, what's the opposite of 4 times? The opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to need to do divide by 4 to both sides. The opposite of 4 times is divide by 4. We divide by 4 and we're left with x equals 5. You can check this answer and you'll see that you're right. The last one, x divided by 9 equals negative 5. Okay, what's the opposite of divide by 9? The opposite of divide by 9 is multiply by 9. So we need to do it to both sides. Remember, if you do it to one side, you got to do it to the other. We multiply both sides by 9, and the 9's go away. They cancel out. 9 divided by 9 is just 1. It leaves us with x equals negative 5 times 9, which is negative 45. Thanks for refreshing with me on one-step equations.